Hello, everyone. Welcome to this general love and relationship reading for the new moon in Leo that is on 8/8, which is also Lionsgate portal. So the Lionsgate portal happens every year. It's the alignment of the star Sirius in Leo season, and it's basically just a very potent, high energy, like energetic portal for where we have the chance to tap into messages, upgrades, DNA upgrades, light activations, lots of stuff that some like again, it's not, if you believe in it. Like if you don't believe in that stuff, it's not, stuff may still happen for you, but it's, see, look, this is the portal. See, this always looks like a portal to me, this Three of Wands. And threes are about creation. The Three of Wands specifically is like about creation, co-creation, also manifestation. So this is a huge time to manifest, because eights also represent manifestation. It's infinity. It's seeing how everything is connected. And so it's a 8/8, which any number that is doubled is a master number, and so it's just amplified. The number of that number is amplified. Actually, let me get this real quick. I have this book that I look up angel numbers. Sometimes it resonates, sometimes it doesn't. Let's just look up what 8 is. There's a portal opening up for you to step into a more spiritually centered life. So it's just basically time for you to see where you may be out of alignment with your own spiritual energy. Okay, if I'm talking very fast, if my energy seems a little bit, it's because today has been a very high vibe energy, very high vibe energy for me today. And I know that I'm feeling the Lionsgate portal, which is why I knew I needed to do this reading today. So, yes, if my energy seems a little bit high, it's because I am very high naturally. Well, I did also have coffee, but make sure that you are grounding yourself. So if you are already like me, a highly energetically sensitive person, Jesus, my mouth, like my brain moves faster than my mouth. If you're like me and you can get to high vibe states where you feel, like I said, high, that usually people need like drugs to get to this state, but you just do it naturally. Like I was never really into drugs because of that reason, and they can actually be a little bit too intense for me. If you're already able to tap in very easily, you might want to ground yourself during this time. Like, not saying don't practice anything, don't try to call anything in. Excuse me. That happens a lot during my readings. Not saying not to tap into this energy, but if you are choosing to do some kind of ritual, which I highly recommend you do, I would recommend doing a protection ritual first, or like some kind of protection, something, a cord cutting or clearing energy, and then the manifestation or inviting in or setting intention, ritual or practice or whatever it is you choose to do. So, grounding yourself. So I highly recommend grounding yourself, if you feel like a little bit too, so that's why I had to eat. I was like, I ate some pasta, like something that's kind of heavy that I felt like could ground me into my body more. Also, when you do eat, it usually grounds you into your body. But choosing the foods you eat, right, is very important. So making sure they're like very, anything that's grown naturally, like fresh fruits and vegetables, are very high vibe. So, because the elements are used to create those foods. But some of them can be more grounding than others. And, like the ones that have more sugar, natural sugar in it, might be a little bit, might not ground you as well. So that's usually like fruits. So just some tips for this new moon in Leo, Lionsgate portal 8/8 activation that's happening. I'm also going to do a post on Instagram. If you don't follow me there at Empowering Authenticity, I will do a little write-up on Sunday. So I pulled the astrological cards already, and for some reason I was feeling guided to watch two of my other readings before I did this one, which was, the one was the new moon in Cancer one that was recent. And now I understand why, because the Cancer card came out. And then the other one was, it was just a general love and relationship reading. Shoot, I'm blanking on the name of it. It was like a month ago. But Cancer came out in that reading too. So Cancer energy is very heavy right now. Cancer is, it will represent home, also mother. It's the mother energy. It's the crab. But I'm feeling more so like mother energy and just like home life. Sorry, I felt something in there. But and Cancer is a water sign. And to me, okay, Pisces is the most evolved water sign, but Cancer is very wise, they're very observant as well. So whereas I feel like Pisces energy, even though it's the most evolved water sign, I feel like they can get stuck in their emotions a little bit too much, like go too deep into it. Like it's known as they're ruled by the house of self-undoing, or they're known as like, which means like self-sabotage. So Cancer is like a very, I feel like, grounded water sign, if that's the best way I can put it. It's like they can live in both the physical and the emotional worlds. So this was the last card I pulled, because the first two cards that I pulled were Part of Fortune Increase, which came up recently. Oh no, this one came up in, okay, so this one came up in the other reading that I can't remember. I'll put it in the show notes because I'll look it up after when I'm uploading this, but I couldn't remember the name of the reading, but I'll put a link to watch that reading in there too, because I think that this was like a month ago, and so I feel like anything that was starting back then is relevant now, so like there's probably messages there, but I think shit's coming up, like shit's actually coming to fruition now that came up in that reading is more so what I'm getting. Also the new moon in Cancer one, which I'll put a link to those too. But Part of Fortune Increase, it's the 10 of Pentacles equivalent, so it's abundance, it's actual something coming together in the physical world. The 10 of Pentacles represents, tens are completion, things coming full circle, something actually coming to fruition. And it's Pentacles, so it's earth energy. And then we have the 10th house, the world, which is the world card. So again, more completion. It's like something coming full circle. So when something comes full circle, it's like it's coming back to the beginning. And so that means, and it's making a complete circle in terms of like something's coming about from it. So it's like you're actually, and because it's the world, which is it can represent physical world, it's a very tangible, like something is coming through, like you can actually see something come through, like, and I don't even feel like you need to put manifestation. It's almost like through this portal, something's going to be coming through. And I would trust how you've been feeling about people, situations, work, whatever it is. And it has to do also with like the world at large. Like both of the Part of Fortune Increase and 10th house cards were a lot about reputation and possible like fame or something having to do with like being seen in the world at large, like leaving a legacy, something having to do with that. So it can represent like something physically happening for our culture and our society, possibly, but also for you, it some kind of implication, if you resonate with this, some kind of implication for your reputation, what you're leaving behind, what you're creating. It's like you're either starting it, or it's like the start of, or the culmination of something you've been putting your basically work into, and it's actually it's like reaping the rewards of your abundance. And I feel card, like I was just randomly, these videos popped up for me today on YouTube when I was like cleaning, and I was listening to a video, and a random Abraham Hicks video popped up, and I was listening to it. If you don't listen to Abraham Hicks, I highly recommend it. They channel a lot about, law of attraction and talking about how you feel. It's like choosing better feeling thoughts, and the stuff I've heard millions of times before. But it was like these specific videos that I heard today, and because of the state I was already in and how I was feeling, it was like something was like, oh my gosh, I totally understand this lesson, or this like law of attraction bit that maybe had been missing for me, where I kept trying to get into alignment. And that's another thing too that she was talking about, is like you get into alignment with your vortex, with how you feel, and you have to choose how you feel before the circumstances can come. And it's almost like something coming full circle in terms of a lesson about law of attraction, and oh my gosh, I get it now, or now I know how to manifest, or you're actually going to be seeing it coming through this Lionsgate portal. but it's again centered around how you feel. So making sure that before you start, like, that's why I was suggesting doing the rituals or practices of grounding, clearing, cord cutting, whatnot, before you do intentions and manifestation this weekend. It's because of that. It's because how you feel is most important in order to allow this to come in. But it's also saying, because you've been doing that feeling work, allowing yourself to feel, allowing yourself to move through the emotions, and manifest from that space rather than needing the thing to actually be there. That's also why it's coming in for you now. So it's very exciting. I have a lot of energy surging through me, so I'm going to get going. We already have the Three of Wands come out. And also in those two readings I am going to link below, there was a lot about relationships. So it is about love, and I believe love is coming in, or has come in, or it's going to, something to that effect, like having to do with relationships and love. So it's not just work, and it's not just money and abundance. I feel like it's everything. So everything you've been working on when it comes to love and abundance is coming through. So the portal. This is the portal. Like, look, it's like literally a portal into another world. That's what it's opening up. It's like and I've been feeling this for a bit, is this paradigm shift, a timeline shift. We're shifting. It's like if you were listening to a record and you picked up I don't know what they're called, the little thing. I don't know what it's called. Sorry, I don't listen to records. And you put it on a different spot on the record. It's like that's what's happening to you and your energy. And it's almost like you're being picked up and placed into a brand new timeline so that you can start experiencing and feeling and getting and being a part of what you've been working on creating for yourself. The Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is about not liking what you're being offered. This is what you have to be careful of. But I also get that this is also how you realize what you do want. So how do you recognize what you don't want? Abraham Hicks talks about the contrast. You have to see in contrast what you don't want in order to then focus on what you do want. So you don't want to be focusing on what you don't want. That's what we're walking away from. Oops. Yeah, the Empress, another three. So in between these two threes is this Four of Cups, but we have a Three of Wands, and then the three is the Empress, which is about fertility and creation. So it's like I was just saying, it's the not focusing on what you don't want. Yes, you want to acknowledge, okay, I don't like this. I don't want this. And it's not staying there. It's, okay, I'm going to shift my focus now to what I do want. I'm going to tap into my feminine power of receptivity and being open and harvest, and while also being grounded and stable, nurturing, connected to the earth. That's all of this Empress energy. And knowing that it's time to harvest, and it's also like I'm fertile and ripe to create. But I think it's about giving birth to something as well, because energetically I was feeling that a couple of weeks ago about energetically, or maybe a few weeks ago. I feel like, I'm like, why is this happening? Like, why am I being forced to sit still? I'm so tired. And the message I got was like, you have an energetic, like, baby, basically, and you're giving birth to something that you have been basically working on for however long, 9 months, if possibly, or even longer. You've been working on gestating this thing that you're creating, and you're about to give birth, and it was almost like, oh my God, I get it, because I have a child, so I know what it's like to be pregnant and to be so tired at the end, and you're just like, what the fuck is happening, and when is it coming out? And that's literally how I was feeling, and I was like, oh my God. You have to be careful, because the Five of Swords is mental conflict. It can fuck with your head. It can see these worms, like, I don't know, I was getting these like worms in your brain. Like, it's also like people planting these little worms into your head, like, and that's also what we are working on moving away from, is not allowing. Oh, look, we have counterparts that came out. The Emperor. Yes. So this could be what the feminine's working on, and this now can be what the masculine's working on here. Not allowing other people's worms to get into your head. I don't know why, just because there's worms on the card, but it's like the digging, like other people's thoughts and thought patterns and words have been living, I think, in this masculine's head. And that's what I feel like this is. And it's like somebody has been playing mental games, mental conflict fuckery with the masculine energy. So this is Aries energy, but it's excuse me, ruling an empire. It's someone who's respected. He embodies all four kings. He's in his power. He's powerful. He's very masculine. And the Wheel of Fortune and the Father of Swords. So it's definitely something also coming full circle for him. Like, well, we have the Wheel of Fortune, it's a 10. So, and then we have the Father of Swords, which is Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. But it doesn't have to be. It's someone who's emotionally detached. So, it's funny, I was talking about being in your feelings. That's what I think, what he's working on is like not allowing his thoughts to cause him to bring him down. Not, you know, I feel the law of attraction stuff I was talking about I think it's both of them, but masculine energy showing up strong right now because we have the Emperor and the Father of Swords and now the Sun. And it's funny, I think it was either the Part of Fortune or the World. One of those two cards did represent masculine energy. But we also have a lot of feminine energy. We have the Mother kind of come out twice. The Emperor, I believe the Cancer, I feel, is the Empress, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check that. So we have a lot of mother, father energy, which is masculine, feminine. Doesn't have to, you don't have to have physical children. It's just the embodiment and the balancing of those two energies. That's why, you know, the last reading that I watched, the New Moon in Cancer one, was, I titled it, I think it was this one, Becoming the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine for each other. And that's really what I get is like, I feel like it's finally coming to fruition in terms of the healing aspect and possibly them coming together. We will see if it's about coming together or if it's just about them getting to the space in order to come together. But I have a feeling it's actually something like, again, coming full circle. It's almost like serendipitous events bringing these two people together, to where there's just nothing, like, I just keep seeing the circle. It's not infinity symbol, but yes, it can be that, but it's just the circle of like, there's nothing blocking them anymore. So they're just going to be it's going to be a continuous energy in each other's lives. So they have both reached that point where they can be in the actual physical vicinity of that person and it not be an issue. Like, they're not going to, like, they may trigger each other, yes, but it's not like to the point where they can't be together. It's like they have done enough healing so they can work through it and still be together. So we have the Sun. I'm seeing kind of like a portal, but it's more like a burst. It's like a burst of energy. Also, it's like this, like, I feel like it's like spontaneous creation. I'm feeling like a black hole, or like, I just feel spontaneous creation here. It's almost like something that just comes out of nowhere. And it's funny, these two, another 10, but it's like a painful ending. So something that ending, and it's very swift as well. And it's also the worst is over. So having a painful ending, something coming full circle. And then at the same time, we have, these came out together. The Queen of Cups, the Mother of Cups is nurturing. Again, it can represent like kind of that mother energy, that nurturing energy. And I'm getting very much birth too, like spontaneous creation, or like, you know, like this is like the baby coming through, being pushed out of the uterus, out of the vagina, out of the pussy. And it's like, it's very painful. But it's also like, it's healing, and it happens very quickly. And then it's like, all of a sudden you're in this mother energy, and now you are like cracked wide open emotionally. That's kind of what I'm getting. So again, it's not necessarily like I don't get clear, this is feminine and this is masculine, because again, I feel like this is happening together. Like, this is them coming together. Maybe that's what them coming together feels like. It's like a spontaneous, like, I didn't expect this. And then all of a sudden it's just happening. And then like the birth of the relationship happens, and then it's like some cleaning up of some things in terms of healing, and then the nurturing aspect of it too. That's too many. Okay, this one clearly wants to come out. Well, okay, actually all of those do, because we have 2 8s. So we have 8 come out. So what the 8 is helping us with is the 8 of Cups, walking away from things that no longer serve us. emotionally, things that we used to feel bound to, or not bound to, emotionally connected to. And the strength and look he has, and it's Leo. I mean, so yeah, this is the 8. So the spontaneous birth creation is happening. I mean, not surprised. 8-8. Like, literally, you couldn't make this up, guys. Like, these 3 cards came out together, and I almost put them back. 8. Leo with the infinity symbol, which is an 8. Okay? And it's the new moon in Leo, and it's 8-8 Lionsgate portal, and then we have the 8 of Swords. Like, are you fucking kidding me? This is insane. I'm just kind of blown away at how that just happened. And I was just like, it's just like so casual. You know what also that feels like is like, I bet you anything that is how the birth of the relationship is going to feel. It's just going to feel like, oh, this is so casual and almost like it's going to happen. And then you're going to be like, wait a minute. I think you're my person. Wait a minute. I think we're supposed to be together. Wait a minute. I think, you know, and it's like all these things are coming together, but it happened so nonchalantly that maybe you expected it to happen. Like it did happen energetically, that like physically it happened more. I don't know how to explain it. I hope I'm making sense, but yeah. And the reason that it also happened, but again, the thing that I really want to say is because we have like the 10 of Swords, and we had like the 4 of Cups and the 5 of Swords, and we have the 8 of Cups and the 8 of Swords. Like, these are energies that we have to liberate ourselves from, and it takes a lot of strength for us to do that. So it's like, it's asking you to not be afraid of the painful, uncomfortable, possibly triggering things that this relationship may bring. And that it might also be that at first you're like, oh shit, this person's triggering me, or this doesn't, you know, like, you're like, I don't know, this seems like just repeating something from the past, or you know, something to that effect, to almost where like you almost bypass the relationship and are like, yeah, I don't think that that's it, like, until like you're together and you're hanging out, and then you're like, wait a minute, I think you're my person. So the 8 of Cups is walking away from stuff that you, like, it's going to require you to walk away from, whether that's an old relationship or relationships you're still tied to, or a way of being, something that you might have to walk away from. It's going to take a lot of strength. And then the 8 of Swords is like feeling trapped in your head. It's also like feeling ready to come out of the cocoon. Like, it's almost like it looks like this butterfly is like out of its cocoon but not flying. Like, that's literally what it looks like. And it's like you have to choose to walk away and to manifest, not manifest, but like live in that energy of, I am the butterfly. I am, you know, this is my person, because I see that I see the power that we have together. And you are going to see glimpses of, like, I feel like you're going to see both. You're going to see glimpses of, wow, we are so in tune with each other. The energy is really strong. There's a lot of, you know, similarities. There's a lot of mirroring. There's a lot of reflection. And then you're also going to be like, oh, but there's also some things that like kind of remind me of the past, and it's bringing up this for me from the past. And so it's going to take a lot of strength for you to move through that energy in order to get to through the portal. So it's like, as you go through the portal, it's not just all sunshine and roses and all of that. Like, you're still going to have to go through some uncomfortable healing aspects too. So we have the 3 of Cups, another 3, and the 2 of Pentacles. The 3 of Cups is about coming together in celebration with other people. And then the 2 of Pentacles is about juggling, but it's another infinity symbol. And again, I'm looking at this butterfly that like kind of came out of its cocoon and is choosing to fly. It's like opening your wings and oh, okay, it's okay to celebrate. It's okay to have fun, enjoy myself with this person. It's okay to share this love in a way that they're bringing up in me, and not just save it for that person, or, you know, like I can share it with other people. And it's like I'm learning how to flap my wings and fly in this new energy, which causes, like, this is about balance, more like balance. The Justice card, and it's an 8, comes out when I said that. It's like, because this card is about balance and juggling. It's like, I'm learning how to get my wings to flap together. And it could be like your energy, like the 2 of you with this infinity, and the 2 Pentacles is like you're learning how to get your energies to move and shift together in order to be harmonious and to have this relationship develop and fly, and to have it actually happen in the physical world. That's why it's like the Two of Pentacles. And then we have Justice, which is about choices. It can be about choices and karma and balancing the scales of karma. And again, it's like light and dark and acknowledging both. And I really feel it is like choice. It's choosing. What are you choosing? What are you going to choose? The Magician. So having everything that you need to create what it is you want, all the tools you need. It's like the last tool was brought to you through this person. And I'm going to stop it here, and we are going to do an extended because I really feel like this could be a powerful one. Oh my gosh, that's so many. I didn't really want all of those. Okay, so I'm not taking those. Let's see what comes out and do another one. So realizing how powerful you are and tapping into your power. And again, this cheetah, I have like makeup on here. It's been on there for years and I've never cleaned it off. Has an infinity symbol on the chest. I'll just say her because I feel like it's a her, but I don't know. Maybe that is something. And the masculine feeling like she was the last tool that he needed, because a magician is a very masculine energy. Yeah, see, the Mother of Wands. Yeah. The Mother of Wands is the Queen of Wands. It's like she was the last tool he needed to step into his power and realize what he needed to shift and create in his life. And look, it's like the butterfly flying and fully in color and rising above. The Six of Wands is about victory and public recognition. Again, more like public something. So I don't know what that's about. Just like being public with it, or him feeling like he can step out and be fully himself. Okay, I'm gonna get one more after this. Ah! Hold on. So many. Okay. I want to put this one back, but they're saying no. They're not letting me. It's a 33, which is another master number. Threes have been huge in this reading already, and 3 is about... Yeah, okay. So I understand what this means now. Okay, so at first, it's going to seem like chaos and conflict. And 33s are about, or 3 is about creation. Actually, let me look up 33. Master Jesus says, and his angels are with you. This is a sacred time for growth and healing. So, and that's why it feels like chaos and conflict, I think, because of the healing bit. Like I said, there's going to be some feelings of chaos and conflict, and this isn't what I wanted, and I don't know, like, you know, I'm not sure, but it's really because healing is taking place, and 3s are about creation, so something is being created. And then it's like, and here I'm noticing the cheetah again, right? So we have a cheetah here, and I do feel this is the masculine energy, is like, he's almost like, I don't know, like, I feel like this is like conflicting, and it's like almost like, oh, I don't know, she's kind of guarded, and I'm not sure, like, you know, she's like guarding her, but she's really just guarding what she's creating. And then he's going to choose, like, okay, I know, like, he's going to be like, look, get out of your head, dude, you can do this, we can do this, like, and seeing it from a new perspective, and moving through the chaos and the conflict that he's feeling in order to go the distance. Like, this would be choosing he's like, okay, if I walk away from it now, like, I'm not going to learn my lesson, but he's feeling into, like, this could be a long-term thing in terms of growth, or it's basically just seeing something through. And 4 + 7 is 11. So 11 is a very spiritual number. Usually people start waking up when they start seeing 11 and 11, 11 and 1, 11. And ones are about new beginnings. And so 11, let's look at what 11 means. You are in a state of expansion and getting to know your true self better than ever. Know you were born to shine. So that, I feel, is he's seeing, okay, the feminine is a reflection of me and where I can go. And see, and you see how they have their backs to each other too, is like, he's like, okay, I could choose to go in this direction, which is kind of like chaos and conflict, maybe how he's used to going. But he's like, nope, I see that. And again, like I'm telling you, like, this is, the feminine is like the missing piece for him to be like, wow, okay, I totally see what I need now. And maybe that's why like law of attraction stuff is coming up again too, because like things are coming full circle for the masculine. I mean, the feminine too, I think, but he's kind of just like, I didn't realize what was missing, and now I see that she is the key in her energy, because it's like her life force energy. It's not necessarily, it's like this person I need. It's like the energy that she embodies, that she brings, that she has mastered within herself. And I talked about mastery and the feminine mastering her own creative life force energy. It's because she is doing that, or has done that, is what he realizes is missing for him and his growth and expansion, and what he needs to go the distance in his life in a completely new direction. I also talked about that in the other reading, the new moon in Cancer reading, is like seeing how the masculine does like a complete 180 and is like, I need to go in an opposite direction. I was starting to go back to this direction, like in the chaos and the conflict, and think that that was what was good for me. And now I see that that's not. And like, look at how much faster and how much more distance I can get, rather than if I choose this, which is basically just like slow movement and not non-movement, you know. So the masculine's having some kind of huge revelation here in meeting the feminine, or coming together with her in some way. And it's not that the feminine isn't either, but I really feel like this is bigger than for the masculine, because I kind of get the feminine isn't as surprised by it. I feel like her energy is the one that's like, it just happened. Like, I'm used to giving birth naturally to these magical things. And I think he felt it and knew it, but it was almost like, wow, I didn't expect it to happen this way, or I didn't expect it right now, or something about it being unexpected. So I'm going to go into the extended, which I am fucking excited about, and I'm going to use a different deck and see what comes out and what repeats. So if you'd like to purchase that, you can go to my website and get that. And if you'd like your own reading with me, go to my website, empoweringauthenticity.com, and you can also message me at Empowering Authenticity on Instagram. Okay, bye.